gentlemen, now the moment you've all been waiting for. Welcome to the Mercury Awards 2019. Please be ready to cheer and clap for what I'm sure will be a very popular choice in the room. This year's winning album is Vinyl Encore, Transparent Tigers Live.
Rock and roll has been taken from us. Was stolen when we weren't looking. Or perhaps we were too pissed to notice. Music, rock and roll, it's not about awards and sales. It's about the moment, isn't it? It's about how it makes you feel. That rock and roll, that feeling is so raw, it's already gone by the time you know it's happening. It's about Amy Winehouse being on stage and you're not quite sure if she's going to make it to the end of the song. She doesn't. But she didn't need to. She's already said enough. It's about Oasis and the Gallagher brothers and never knowing if they're going to kick off. Of course they don't. But then you're watching the Kinks brothers and they actually do kick off. It's about being 16 years old and going and sneaking your first underage pint in a pub. And in the corner, there's some crappy tribute band. Just old blokes playing. But they're playing Hendrix. And it's the first time you've heard Jimi Hendrix live. It's about when you're a kid and your dad takes you to buy your first guitar. And in that moment, you believe you can play every song that's ever been written and better, and you'll write better ones. Even there, before you can play a note. You just believe it, don't you? And then it's about being a dad yourself. Or a mum. And taking your kid. And you just know. You know they feel what you did. Look, I don't know where King A is, all right? I know everyone thinks this is some sort of gimmick. It's not. Truth is, I ain't seen him since we finished the album. He could be anywhere, but he's probably... See, the thing is, it's mad, isn't it? King A and me. I mean, I'd heard of him, hadn't I? I mean, who hasn't heard of him? I mean, those trousers he wore in the 80s. Do you remember? I tell you, he still wears them and they still don't fit. But if anyone had told me and him would make an album together, do you know what I would have said? Do you? I would have said, mate, that is a crap idea.
Fuck off! Get out of my house! I haven't got any money! Who sent you? I'll call the police! You're not the police, are you? I'm warning you! I'm armed! I'll kill you!
If you're gonna kill me, mate, please taste the dressing gown off first, will you?
I thought you were... No, it doesn't matter who I thought you were. None of your fucking business who I thought you were. What are you doing in my house?
You invited me after the pub? Well, after the club, after the pub.
Oh, you're that bloke. Kieran Kurtz. Guitarist in that band.
Yeah.
They're crap! What are you doing in my house?
You invited me? After the pub, after the club?
But who told you to go to the pub? Who was it? Who sent you?
No one told me to go to the pub.
And what are you doing hanging around in the dark?
You are wearing sunglasses!
Oh. Ah. time is it?
7 o'clock.
Shit! I missed the whole day.
In the morning?
I haven't been up this early before. It's weird. Don't touch anything. I've got some Rice Krispies. Help yourself. What done to my guitar? It's been broken for years.
I tuned it in. You got any booze?
Hey! You're American.
No, I'm British. That's why I talk with a British accent.
Why are you talking British?
Because I am.
Your band were American.
No, we weren't. We just had hits there first, everyone presumed.
Most bands people think are American are crap. Your drummer was American.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't American.
Yeah,
barely.
he was.
He was barely human, mate.
He wore a cowboy hat.
My drummer was not American.
Yeah, well, it's a prerequisite with drummers, isn't it? Eh?
What, being barely human?
Yeah.
Do you know the one good thing about no longer being in a band?
You don't have to deal with drummers.
Exactly. Do you know how many good bands couldn't be formed because the guitarist couldn't find a stable drummer?
All of them. And when you do find one,
You want another one.
black coffee, all right?
Prefer a Guinness. Hey, what's the difference between a drummer and a drum machine? Drum machine, you only got punch instructions in once. Wait, a drummer, right, gets so wound up with everyone making fun of him not being a proper musician. He decides to learn the guitar. So he goes to the shop and he says, I want your guitar. I want your best guitar. I know everything about guitars, me. Everything. I want your best guitar. Bloke behind the counter goes, you're a drummer, ain't you? He goes, how can you tell? Says, it's a fish shop.
How can you tell if a drummer's knocking on the door?
Dunno.
The knocking speeds up. By the way, if somebody does knock on the door, don't answer it.
Why?
Never you mind.
What have you put in this coffee?
A spoon.
Jeez. This ain't where I ended up last night, is it?
Well, I know the room was spinning round when you got here, but yes, this is it.
Nah, I wouldn't end up somewhere like this.
Well, I'm sorry, but you did. Shortly after we popped into the Palace of Versailles for a Twix.
Now, it'd be a bit scummy, but mate, you need to discover Dettol and some J.
Hey,
and showers and stuff.
hey! This is work in progress. I'm like Iggy in Berlin.
Do you know what? I didn't know Iggy Pop lived in Berlin during the Blitz.
During his Berlin period with Bowie and Eno, I'm like an artist in a garret. I'm an artistic recluse.
You do know it doesn't count being a recluse just because no one wants to drink with you.
Well, you wanted to drink with me last night.
No, I bloody didn't.
So did that record exec, except you got in the way.
I got in the way. I was quite happy drinking with him. I go for a piss, I come back and that's there.
Yeah, well, when you finished puking up your quinoa kebab in the urinal, him and me were talking about music. He's a big fan. His dad's got all my albums.
Yeah, most senile people do.
At least we wanted to talk about music. You just wanted a record deal.
No, I bloody didn't. I've got no interest in that, mate. I tell you what I wanted. He works in the record industry, doesn't he? In A&R or something. So he's not cool. He is cool by association. Now, if you know this and have a bit of rock and roll about you, you can exploit this. So I goes up to him and says, what you drinking, mate? He says, JD. He's thinking we're in LA or somewhere. I said, what, can't hand you your scotch? He said, of course I can. I said, yeah, you was just about to order some, weren't you? He said, yes, I was. I said, well, go on then. I wouldn't mind a double whilst you're at it. He goes, all right then. Bells. Bells? Says I. Bells? Bells? Nobody orders bells apart from teenagers pretending they drink scotch. You weren't ordering bells, were you? No, I wasn't. I said, no, you're ordering Dalwhinnie, weren't you? He said, yes, I was. I said, well, we'll have 2 doubles then. And he has a quick sip, clearly doesn't normally. I say, well, how about a Glenfiddich? You couldn't handle a Glenfiddich, could you? He said, of course I can. I said, all right then, I dare you, 2 doubles on your tab. He says, yeah, thank you very much. Then on to the Highland Park, the Black Grouse. I'm working my way through all the optics with that idiot paying for the whole night, then you turn up and ruin it.
Well, we were talking about me being the goth father, about new wave guitar sounds, about the no solo rule, about the anti-solo, about the post-gate drum sound on low, about post-ironic lyrics on the cusp of satire.
He was taking the piss. That's why he suggested we make an album together.
No, he wasn't taking the piss.
And then, I just get him back to agree to pay to a shots contest, and you get us thrown out.
No, I didn't. Thrown out of where?
At a bloody boogaloo.
Nobody gets thrown out in a boogaloo. That's the point of going.
You threw a pint glass at the bouncer's foot.
No, I didn't. I dropped it. It was near his foot, and he kicked it. And anyway, he shouldn't have been such a dickhead, should he?
So you do remember then?
Yeah, I might do, but at least there was that jazz club down the road.
Yeah, but you was walking like you're an emu with itching powder in your knickers. It took me 10 minutes to persuade that bouncer to let us in.
I don't think he was the bouncer. I think he was just some fella trying to start his car.
He was the bouncer.
And
That's
then
why
10
we
minutes
stood by the door,
later...
I got us kicked out.
That wouldn't be anything to do with those girls. would
Nah, nothing to do with them. Definitely not. No. It was the blokes they were with who spoke to the bouncer.
Well, wait a minute. Didn't they pay for the taxi?
Yeah. I remember rummaging through your vinyls with one of them. Do you know what? You've got a pretty good collection considering the crap you used to put out.
One of them was in the kitchen, laughing.
Yeah. Mate, I don't remember them leaving. How many rooms you got in this place?
Well, there's the kitchen.
Yeah, you just came from the kitchen, didn't you?
There's the living room.
We are in the living room. I think I would have noticed.
There's the bedroom.
Well, they weren't there, were they?
And there's the bathroom. Get down on the floor! Get down there! Get down on the floor!
What?
Get down! No, you mustn't be seen perceived! Shush, be quiet. There's a window.
I know there's a window. Why are we hiding from a window?
Shh. Somebody's coming. Don't want them to see me. Just wait.
Look, mate, I've got stuff
I'm not
to do.
joking, this is serious, mate. Just
I'm not spending my day hiding with a lunatic frightened of a bloody window.
Quiet, right? Just be quiet.
Why?
Bad management.
Right. Well, I'll speak to them, right? I'll deal with that. I'll get rid of them. No, listen, I'll tell him you moved.
Don't let him in.
Actually, no.
Don't let him in.
I'll tell him you've died. At your age, they'll believe it, no problem.
Don't be rock and roll. Just be yourself. Oh, God. Oh, no, please. Oh, no. No, please, no. No. Just go away. Not yet. No. Please, no.
You got a parcel at the post office.
Oh! I got an email.
You get emails.
Why did you just jump at your phone?
I didn't. Who sends you emails anyway?
Woolworths.
Woolworths?
Woolworths in South Africa.
You do know Woolworths has been shut for 15 years.
Woolworths in South Africa.
Why do you get emails from Woolworths in South Africa?
Well, they offer same-day delivery, so I order loads of stuff, really builds their hopes up, and then it really shocks them when I'm in the UK.
That's brilliant, mate. That's what it is for, just wind-ups. Like I did with our old singer, yeah? He got this new girlfriend, and he was trying to convince her he was a reformed character.
Yeah.
Not the dirty little pervert we all knew he was. So, I decided to nick his credit card, yeah, and go on the internet and go on this website which sells all this perverted, weird equipment stuff. Website I found by accident, obviously. And I got it ordered to his house. Problem was, I was pissed when I did it, so I got it sent to my house.
Carl Wanglehorn, Chrysalis Records. Really enjoyed what you guys were talking about last night. I meant what I said. If you were to compose 10 new songs, I would gladly, with Chrysalis, distribute them. Yours, Carl Wanglehorn, Chrysalis Records.
Bullshit, let me look. Isn't there fish?
How about that then, eh?
Oh my God, he's serious. Well, I can't get it, can I? I don't play anymore.
Well, you were showing off when I walked in.
Nah, that was just... Look,
You were.
I haven't been in the band for a long time. It's all over, right? You just got to let go.
Well, you don't need to be Jimi Hendrix. You just need to know and play 4 or 5 chords. You can do that.
4 or 5 chords.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I might have worked for your albums, mate. You do know there's 7 chords, don't you? Before you even get
Whoa.
into your flats and your minors and your
Whoa.
sevens and your different arrangements and your different scales.
All right.
4 or 5 chords.
All right, Mozart. So says the man who knows nothing.
Look, I'm not doing it, all right?
Maybe Q Magazine were right about
Shut
what they said
up.
about you.
Shut up.
Wedding Festival.
Shut
I've
up.
got it here somewhere.
You know that was a lie. Everyone knew that was a bloody lie. Oh, you got it there, have you?
Yeah.
Let me
You
tell you
were
about
meant to
Q
come on.
Magazine,
Oh,
right?
oh.
Right? What happened
You meant to
was,
come on,
right,
a big
our
solo.
drummer had
weren't
insisted on having a drum solo because it was their big gig. Problem is, I go off for my breaks and he has his solo, he bloody forgets. I'm backstage, by the time they find me, half the set's bloody gone, everyone writes up that I was pissed and forgot and wandered off stage, and we had to run through the bloody hits. Everyone knew Q Magazine, Q bloody Magazine, does it even exist? Is it online somewhere, right? AME, Q Magazine, you can shove them up your arse, mate, because they're not here, I am!
Yeah, and can you play 4 or 5
Of course I
chords?
can play 4 or 5
Go on
chords.
then, in
I can
your
play
own
4 or 5
time,
chords
son.
better than you ever could, mate. In my sleep, I can play better than you. 4 or
Go on
5
then.
chords, fine,
Go on
now shut you up.
Let's hear 'em.
Fine.
One at a time.
4 or 5, yeah? Sure you don't want 6? Is that too much for you?
You think I hide in the poetic? That's juxtaposed and quite pathetic. The poetry is bleeding through. The bullshit you believe is true. If Jesus showed up on these shores, he'd lose his shit with all these whores. Charisma, light and posturing. And joy is no nurturing, not fostering. You think I'm isolated, that I stand alone as you count the likes on a stolen phone. An artist walks to death alone. He does not hitchhike or condone the crackpipe hate of crackpipe fate. Our dreams the devil may relate. Believe me as your mother moan. An artist walks to death alone.
How's that the 5 fucking chords?
Yeah, 1 down, 9 to go.
I told you, I'm not doing the album.
Why not? You've already done the single.
Single? Album filler at best, mate.
Well, our band used to do the credible albums. You all lot did the singles.
I was improvising. I'll never remember what I did.
Good job I recorded it then.
You did what?
I recorded it on this.
What would my management say? You recorded me without my permission?
I don't know, I'm not a clairvoyant.
Where did you get that thing?
I knew the bass player of the support band for the Rolling Stones 40 Licks tour. Wandering around backstage bored, I found it in Keith Richards' ashtray.
So you nicked it.
No, I nicked the ashtray. Didn't know what it was till I got it home. Genuine mobile recording unit, part of the Rolling Stones mobile. Of course, they used to call it Thunderbird 4. It's the primitive version, but it's good enough for us.
Won't sound like a live album. It won't sound like a studio album.
Well, we'll do a live one then.
Do you know what? I never got to do a live album.
And people will know that you can really play.
Like Untold or MTV Unplugged. Storytellers.
Yeah, except ours will be plugged in.
Do you know what? My favourite album as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Dandelion Explosion Live. That was brilliant, wasn't it? It's the way, the
Not
sort of
bad.
crowd and the sound.
I knew the engineer on that.
Yeah.
All the overdubs were done afterwards by session musicians.
What?
The band sat down to listen to it. They thought they'd never played as well as that in their whole life. Pity it wasn't them.
Do you know what? That reminds me of Wilton Vincent. You remember him? He had about 6 hits in the late 60s, yeah?
Flares. Yeah.
And then just disappeared. I don't know, a commune, a desert, I don't know. Anyway, I found out a few years ago he was doing his first live gig in decades, yeah?
Right.
So I get the tickets. It's this crummy little club. But at the gig, they were selling a new live album, brand new, of that set.
But that's not possible at the first gig.
Exactly. You see, his sax player, he kept doing session work, so he had some money. So they recorded the whole album in his living room, right? They just used like a Casio keyboard with applause button so that it could pretend it was live, the sound could be shit and no one would care, and they could make money cash in hand at the gigs.
And we're going to sit there with a fucking laptop, aren't we?
Now, we're more raw and real than that, mate. Rock and roll's an illusion.
People don't hire proper studios anymore. Shit!
What?
We haven't got a rhythm section.
No one to drown out your lyrics.
Wicked!
Shit!
What?
We haven't got any lyrics.
Oh, well. I might have one or two knocking about.
Shit!
What?
I can't read this.
That is why I am the singer. Okay, so this one's called Rizzler Gougy, right?
We've done this before, so it'll definitely work. It starts off with like a string section keyboard thing. It sounds like cellos. It sort of goes. Rizzler Gougy playing a drum kit made of paper cups. And then it's got like this guitar part. It goes Rizzler Gougy, Rizzler Gougy, Well, why aren't you playing that? It's only 3 notes. You can play that, can't you?
You
Sure.
are playing it wrong.
It's my song. How do you know how it goes?
Yeah, but you're not performing it right. Right? It's meant to be live. It's meant to be a crowd, isn't it?
We're in my house, aren't we? What do you expect? I mean, I was imagining being 3rd or 4th down at the bill at Glastonbury. What were you imagining? 2 old ladies and a dog?
Look, mate, you're singing as if it's for the audience that liked us when we were popular.
Instead of the audience that made us popular?
Exactly, right? I was what? 16, 17 years old. I turn up at my mate's house. Fender Strat in one hand, bottle of vodka in the other. Right? Squalid, crappy rented rooms, and we stand there and go, scream for us! We could hear them. You know, we just believed, like, that out there somewhere, there was an audience for us, right? You remember, before the record companies, before sales and merchandise, look at this t-shirt, look at this hat, look at this bloody tea cozy, more and more merchandising crap to make more money. Back then it wasn't about that. It was about surviving. It was about, they didn't care whether we dropped a note, whether the singing slipped off key. They didn't like us because we were someone. They loved us because we were a no one, but a no one they could believe in.
Well, thanks for jumping on my balloon and snapping it.
Look, mate, you just need to make it sound like it's live, all right?
I was. Do you think I'd sing like that in the shower?
It's meant to be an intimate gig, not the old bloody tube.
Phone company. Rock and roll is dead. It's a bring and buy sale of jumble and junk. How many times have you picked hold of the latest Lou Reed interview in Uncut, opposite the Mick Rock bestubbled black and white portrait, only to find that the first couple of paragraphs, the first couple of 100 words, are the retelling of the tale. Money for old rock. And when they do interview you, they don't want to know your story. They're like, tell us your Gary Newman story, tell us your Elvis Costello story. They don't want to know.
Is that the front door again?
No, it's the bath.
Mate, have you got that sound recording thing? I've got a riff. Mate, are we doing this or not? Where is it? Come on, I've got a riff. Come on.
Yeah, wait a minute. There's somebody in the
record, I can't do it
bathroom.
myself.
There's
I'll
somebody in the
forget this
bathroom.
riff.
I mean, that's pretty
Right?
major.
It's in my head. Right, are you ready? Come on.
There's a girl in the bathroom, or two, or none, like a nun in the bedroom, having fun with a gun. There's a man at the door, or a cat or a whore, or a family at war. Need to flag this door. Don't laugh at my death umbrella. Don't cry at the odds. A failure of the staler thoughts of two mindless rock gods. Their hearts of darkness sparkle like a lozenge of their hate. They don't like Meghan Markle. They preferred the welfare state.
You know, that sounded like you could have, not been in your band. You could have been in like an actual cool band.
My band supported 9 Inch Nails at Lollapalooza.
Yeah, but I bet the field was empty.
The field was full.
Yeah, now you can't even fill a bloody living room.
What am I supposed to do? Hang around with record execs trying to catch drinks off them like a drunk? Is that the strategy?
Look, all I ever wanted to do as a kid was play guitar. That's the only reason I got into it. Play guitar.
Oh, now's your chance. What's wrong with that?
Look, we don't even have a band name, yeah? It's pointless. It's pointless. All else fails without a decent band name. You could be the best band in the world. No one cares. Name is everything.
Colour and an animal. 2 words stuck together.
Yeah. That was what's like a Deep Purple, Def Leppard, Black Sabbath. It's got to sound like something someone would already own.
Yeah.
And it ain't going to be for like teeny boppers. Right, this time it's clear this is for proper music. So how about something funny? Right? How about
What about King
Helmet Purple?
What about King Anne Kurt?
Bit egotistical, mate.
Helmet Purple?
Yeah, Helmet Purple.
Don't be ridiculous. John Jack Bonnell of the Stranglers is using that for his side project. I know.
What?
Transparent tigers.
It's what's the word? It's a little bit proggy.
No, it's not. It's good. It's cool. And it's got an animal and sort of a colour.
Yeah, all right. It's got an animal and a colour. But where'd it come from?
I made it up.
No, you didn't. You don't just make up stuff like that. That was you in your head. You wanted to say that. I know. Where'd it come from?
I made it up just now. You know I can do that kind of thing.
Mate, why do you always have to lie, right? Just tell the truth for once in your life, and then, yeah, we can have it.
Okay, if I tell you, can we use it?
Yeah, if you tell the truth.
All right, I was 15 years old, right? Just at school with my best mate. We were in a made-up band. We just had a tape recorder. That was all, and we were called Transparent Tigers. It was really sort of new wave. It was really sort of cool. And ever since then, when I've been in real bands, they haven't let me use the name. I've been outvoted ever since.
Fine. Not that bothered, to be honest. Actually, could we make it the Transparent Tigers?
Yes!
Because the makes a big difference, doesn't it? The Transparent Tigers.
No, not the difference particle. It's got to be Transparent Tigers. It looks a bit more indie in the record shop. And then, like, the actual cover, right, could be 3-dimensional with, like, this box, and you open it up, and it's got this transparent tiger in it that's like a hologram with these blue laser eyes that come out like this. And you know, like the way glass that can be two-toned, so that the tiger's stripes can sort of be like just slightly etched, you know, so it's like like this. Or we could be called Hollywood Asbo.
Now that is a good song title.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's like being a rock and roller, isn't it? Hollywood Asbo. Everyone wants to join the club.
Hollywood Asbo, it's what they're dreaming of.
Can you come up with more lyrics like that?
Yeah, you got any chords?
Bollocks to chords. I want to play this my way, right? Let me think.
Hollywood has but let me join the club. Hollywood has but what I'm dreaming of. Hollywood has but let me join the club. Hollywood has but what I'm dreaming of. Walking into town full of hopes and dreams, heart nearly bursting at the seams, lying in a ditch. Hollywood has but let me join the club. Hollywood has but what I'm dreaming of. Hollywood has but let me join the club. Hollywood has but what I'm dreaming of. But Trojan ambition was vacuum sealed when they tore it open. The soul was congealed. Hollywood has but let me join the club. Hollywood has but what I'm dreaming of. Hollywood has but let me join the club. Hollywood has but what I'm dreaming of.
Well, I suppose it's alright if you want to sound like Guns N' Roses. But can't we put a synth on it to make it weird?
Why's it got to be weird?
Why's it got to be 30 years out of date?
Why's it got to be 40 years out of
You
date?
just don't know anything about music now, do you, Grandad? There's all these layers to music that you just haven't even discovered.
Look, just leave the guitar playing to me, all right? You didn't even have any in your band. Well, it was there somewhere underneath all the bloody synths, right? You focus on the singing. Just for once, maybe once in your life, try and sing something someone actually understands.
What's up with you? Rather than your sort of like hickory-dickory-dock lyrics in...
At least my band played songs that would go on the radio.
Ah, I had some hits, mate. We've had some hits.
Look,
Cult act.
you do know being a cult act simply means no one really likes you, except a few obsessives. How's that feel? Now they're all getting older and older, gradually dying out, and you just stood on stage by yourself.
We were like the Fall, mate, except, you know, they were clever. They got the students involved.
A bully for them. Couple of drunk kids decide, I'm going to pick a really obscure band no one's heard of, that I haven't even listened to myself, but it might me sound edgy and cool, and then I might get laid.
Well, you want to have a go yourself then, do you?
Look, mate, why don't you just focus on the singing, all right? And let me deal with the guitar.
Well, instead of messing it up completely, I thought you were going to show me how to do it.
Fine, you play the guitar, I'll do the singing.
Well,
then.
see, I'm
There's the-
left-handed,
come on.
right?
No,
These are my
it's really
guitarist
tough what you
guitars.
do, isn't it? Really tough, right? You just stand here and you look moody. And because you say nothing, you think you look hard. You don't, mate. You look pathetic, right? You look like an extra from the bloody Addams Family. It's meant to be fun. It's meant to be rock and roll. Fine, all right. Let's do this then, right? My imperial shadow was cast over her.
It's the empirical shell of the present. It's from Corporate Ghosts.
Mate, this
there is
is-
a melody to it, you know.
You need to discover Prozac. This is depressing, right? It means nothing. Absolutely nothing. Right, let's find another one then. Fine, fine. Oh, yeah, look at this. The psychedelic poet, as called by only you. Right, all right, this is your soft side, is it? It's 9 a.m. and I see her eyes. Oh, aren't you so lovely? Aren't you, Dolly Bloody Parton?
I
Rubbish.
bought a house with that song, mate.
Rubbish. Yeah, look at it. Right, fine. What about this one then? All right. Right. Dear Mum. Right. That is crap, right? Dear Mum, you know that I cannot read this, and you know that I know, and that means nothing. It makes no sense. And besides which, the rhythm is totally wrong. It should be, dear mother, like that. Put some bollocks into it, man. Put some feeling. There's no feeling in dear Mum. That's a crap lyric. Dear mother, like that. Dear mother. Mate, it is a shit lyric. Why would you even write it in card? Can't you afford paper? I mean... Oh, shit. But... Why would you even write a Mother's Day card and not send it? You know, that doesn't make sense unless she's... Unless... How'd it go? Okay? So, the judge believed you. He's acknowledged they're both violent. Really violent. And he's not going back there. Mate, you don't know what that means. So what happens now? I mean, I can't let him go into care. What happens? So, okay, I've just got to show I'm responsible. Well, I can do that. No drugs. Well, I don't do drugs. Never in a drug band. And drink once in a while. I can cut that out. They can test me. They will. All right. Okay, they can. This is fine. I just. Right, mate. I'm on the phone. Is there anything else I need to do or not? I am on the phone. Look, I can't quite hear you. All right, dickhead. I'm on the phone. Mate, I'm going to have to call you back. Thank you for letting me know. I'll appreciate
Down there, waterfall, a long, long day.
Do you know what, mate? You can spend your whole life trying to be free. Do you know what you do? All you actually do is free yourself from living. Where are you, man?
I'm on a coat hanger in the stars.
I'm on the piano stool at the Lion and Lobster.
I'm John Cale with a meat cleaver beheading a chicken on a baby grand.
I'm Ozzy biting the head off a dove.
I'm outside Asda biting a boost.
On the steps of the Acropolis.
Zoo TV, baby.
Reading a text from Mephistopheles.
Detailing the decline of an ailing empire.
Hobbling home to my bedsit in Highgate.
Pissing in a puddle of my own sick.
My Nation Underground.
A symphony of shadows.
A murder of crows.
Two fat ladies in a drum machine.
Plastic Phoenix in the Osprey Mechanic.
Sherbet Justice and the phalanx of plankton.
I'm breadbin.
I'm moonburnt. The revolution will be anaesthetized.
From your OK computer.
You stopped at the bends that rocked.
The Rocket Man.
The closest you got to a honky chateau was a little chef on the Watford Gap.
Red stripes glasses blinding your vision.
Yeah!
And that was it. I was back. I could see them. I could hear them. The crowd. Blood bursting, body shaking, buzzing, bubbling. And when the guitar and bass hit that groove, it's elation, it's ejaculation, it's touching the sun and not getting burned. And then the drums kick in. And this is the greatest moment on earth.
That's the feeling. That's the addiction. I am not only singer but artist. Mottled in the fire of Thatcher's riots, I am cure. I am joy division. I am Frankie returning from Hollywood, having burnt the whole of Tinseltown to ash.
I fancy a cheese sandwich. Have you got any? Mate, where's that? Oh my God, your fridge. Your fridge, there's stuff living in here, mate. Oh my God, this is fire.
Oh
Fire,
no,
I'll just have a
oh no,
coffee here.
not now, not now, no.
Where?
Go away, I'm not ready now.
Ah, got it.
Not yet, no, no.
Sugar.
Go away, leave me alone, no,
I
no.
can't bring this coffee without
Go
sugar.
away, no.
Where is it? What is all these boxes? This place is as bloody tip, mate. Why can't I find sugar? Ha ha ha, that'll do. seen sweetness for a long time. Who owns sweetness?
What are you doing with those? You didn't.
What?
You didn't take the purple ones, did you?
Purple what?
In there. You didn't.
Well, I don't know what colour they're meant to be. They're just.
Sweeteners aren't purple.
Mate, why have you turned the heating up? That's not funny.
I haven't.
Mate.
Did you hear them? They were coming to get me, pickle thief. Was it the grape and the grain that lured you, and in rifling in the drawers of the spirit you found the powder and the filth, your greedy soul swallowing them all? Cheese, Lou Goldham, Bandersnatch, Mazeltov!
Moving so quickly. It's there. You can see it, can't you? You can see my heart. It's there beating. It's too hot in here.
Cup of tea, did you get a cup of tea with milk and sugar? Must have plenty of sugar. That man coming at the door, he's a drug dealer, you know. I spilt all the drugs behind the fridge. He's after me. My life is in danger.
What have you done? I can't be on drugs, don't you understand? I'm in a custody battle. You ruined it, you ended it.
Oh.
Wait, drink, smoke, snore, play guitar, shout, sing, repeat. Everything to excess till everything's worn away. Everything worn away till nothing means anything. It's written on the wall in the Ground Zone Club. Is rock and roll dead? It's never been born. You should be dead or in rehab. You can't survive normality. I've got brain freeze. I've just had a slush puppy. I'm 8 years old. No, I'm not. I'm not. I am 7 3/4. I am. I'm 7 3/4, me. I can smell the waft from Grimsby Dock. It's Cleethorpes. The sea's like a couple of miles out. It'll come. It will. The sand's so warm. Feels so safe. And the sea will come. It will. It'll make everything better. 7 3/4. I am. I just need to wait. And the sea will come. Just rest for a little bit. That's all. Just lie down and then I can.
Sorry, Mum. I'll come and see you. I will. It's just that I thought that something happened that didn't happen, and you know what happened, and so do I. And we all miss you. We love you. And I just wish I could speak to you. You could understand. I love you, Mum. Sorry, Mum. I'm sorry, Kieran.
Do you know what? That's all I want to say to him. Sorry. See, I didn't really know her, right? And we had our giggles, we did. Me and him. When he was born and I held him, I just knew. I wanted to put him in the car, drive off, to hell with the consequences, but people would have come after me, wouldn't they? And he always had this look. Daddy, don't go. Why are you leaving without me? And we'd have our laughs, and but every time there was that look. Daddy, why are you going without me? And you see, I get it into my head that I'm causing that look. And maybe if I just go, that look of hurt would go. I mean, it's logical, isn't it? Yeah, it'd kill me. See, she'd met this new fella. Like that. And I thought that tore me in shreds. He'll be alright, he'll forget. That look would go. And he'd be happy. And you see, I'm a good laugh, you know. I'm fun in the pub. You invite me, I'll bring a crowd. Real stuff, I always fuck it up. I couldn't do that to him. He was my shadow. No, he wasn't. I'm his shadow. He was the real one. So I did the grown-up thing. I left him to it. I walked away.
You did what you could.
I was wrong. I was very wrong. See, the thing is, he wasn't dull. Oh no. I bumped into them for the first time in what? 3-4 years. Turns out he was violent. Guess what? So was she. Very violent. My little boy still had that same sodding look. Daddy, don't go. Daddy, why'd you leave me? Daddy, don't go. And the thing is, I should have known. He gave me that look as a baby. And I left. I should have known what it meant. And I'm fighting now. I really am fighting for him. How do I explain? How do I explain I left him? How can I ever make that up?
You're doing all right. You're doing all right. You're doing okay.
What's that look, man? Daddy, don't go. I never want to go again. All my life, running. Not sure who I am. Being an act. Know who I am with him. Exactly who I am.
You're all right, mate. You're all right.
play something. Will you express it? It'll be raw. It'll be. Nobody will be able to argue with that, will they?
I can't, man.
You can. Just play it. Play something. It doesn't matter what it is. I'll tell you something.
I was on tour with the band on some crummy 80s memorabilia package tour in the middle of nowhere in Germany. Winter, pissing rain. Never go on tour in winter. Too many layers are required. And I just walked. I couldn't face this ridiculous naff festival we were playing, and I just went. And they played an instrumental set without me. And I was on an autobahn in the pitch black, and there was a big petrol station thing, and I was standing there on the petrol perfume forecourt, completely fucking lost. No means of communication. And I was staring through the window, pointing at the popcorn and the porn. And the guy in that little thing with the little holes through the glass, he didn't know what I was pointing at. And I just realized in that moment that we built this spherical car park of costas and roundabouts. And we're just looking for the piss grid to paradise.
Then there was this knock on the door. King A, he just went to the door. Me, I just kept playing. I mean, I had a look.
Not ready yet, all right? Yes, I know it's unusual. I'm not ready yet.
It's just shouting.
So I answered, yes, what? I'm not ready yet, all right?
The bloke and
I'll
looked
go
like
down.
a hood.
I'll go down.
But I was playing the tune. King A, he came back in. Got his coat. The shouting stopped.
I've got to go, mate. Deliver the album, all right?
Somehow the shouting
Deliver the album, mate, all right?
just added to the sound of the guitar. And he just went. Yeah, well, no, I should have stopped, shouldn't I? Should have got up, gone after him. Called the police or something. But I was playing the guitar. For the first time in my life. I was playing what I felt. I was playing something true. And it all made sense at last. And then I put the guitar down. I got up, found a sound recorder. And I pushed stop. We'd done it. We'd only gone and bloody done it, hadn't we? We finished the album. And then I want to say hello to those girls in the bathroom.